Oh, Sham, you want to be in a video? You want to be in a video? I think she wants to be in the video. Never mind. What is up, male and females, or should I say wizard and witches of Hogwarts? If you haven't heard the news already, well, let me be the one to break it to you. Modding support for Hogwarts Legacy is officially coming out, and I can't tell you, when I finally saw that on the Hogwarts Legacy Discord, they posted a video, I was beyond excited.
Hey everyone, Chandler Wood here, Community Manager at Avalanche Software, and I'm incredibly excited to finally announce that official modding is coming to Hogwarts Legacy in our next free update. That's right, we're opening the doors and we can't wait to see what you come up with.
Now, if you don't know what Hogwarts Legacy is, it was one of the biggest games that came out in 2023, and it faced a lot of uphill battle. If you remember, there's a lot of people trying to cancel it for, I think some of the things that people are talking about is important. I do believe it's that we treat people all equally, because at the end of the day, we are just people. But I think a lot of the controversy was blown way out of proportion just because it's popular to hate something. The more hate you get it, the more views you get, so it was just going nuts. But Hogwarts Legacy was a game set in the Harry Potter universe that you got to basically create your own character and exist within Hogwarts. Now, was it perfect? No, but what we got was one of the most immersive, open world RPGs that I played in a long while, and I played through it 4 times. I think I have an insane amount of playtime in the game, and it came out for basically every console. So if you have a PS4 and Xbox One, you can play it. If you have a Switch, you can play it. And one of the cool things about that happened for the game is that on PC, it's rare for a game developer's first time getting a game like this massive on PC to work well at all. This game, I had no issues that I knew of. Now, sure, they had to do some patches to make some things, the frame rate fixed, but the frame rate wasn't even that bad to begin with. But for a PC release, it was freaking fantastic compared to a lot of games that are coming out today. And one of the perks about PC gaming in general is that ideally and hypothetically, you're playing the game at the best way that you can. You're getting all the customization you want. You can make it low settings with high FPS, or if you invest in pretty good graphics cards and a CPU, you can get to me where I run most games at high settings and still get over 60 frames per second on most games. Some games, I can't. I'm pretty sure I still can't run Crysis. But one of the best parts about just PC gaming is the fact that there is modding support. You're not just tied down to how the game is, how the developers want you to play it. And this has some negatives and a lot of benefits, but if you're playing on a console, for instance, you can't really mod a lot of games. I think Bethesda is the only game that, or Bethesda's are the only ones who really allow mods inside their games, and there's caveats to that. PlayStation, I think you can only mod what's in the game. You can't add anything else and do it. Xbox has a little bit more freedom, and Nintendo, I have no freaking idea. Now, you can, in some instances, if you have a jailbroken PS5, Xbox Series X, or a Switch, you can add mods into the game, but for the daily consumer, I don't think that's as appealing as it once was, mostly because if you're running a jailbreak console and you don't do things correctly, you run risk at harming your hardware, and you can't do a lot of things on a jailbreak that most consumers would actually want to do, like playing online and with their friends and stuff like that. That's just not something that a lot of consumers, I feel want to get into. Now, there is a jailbroken community, and I love the jailbroken community because, it allows us to take our hardware that we bought and do some fun stuff with it. But at the end of the day, most people who buy consoles are just getting the game as intended, which is fine. But when you have things like modding when it comes to PC and basically mods that the sky is the limit what you can do, think about games like Minecraft or even Skyrim. Any Bethesda game basically is kept alive because of the modding community. I mean, in Skyrim, you can basically make mods to make Skyrim a brand new video game with all this cool extra features, all these cool extra quests. Heck, in Fallout 4, I'm pretty sure it's Fallout 4, there is a mod called Fallout London, which basically is a brand new game in the Fallout universe that you can play and fully works. I haven't played it myself, but I heard a lot of good things about it. Now, the problem with the modding community, and it's not necessarily a problem with the modding community itself, it's with how developers and big companies treat us. We've been harassed time and time again by big companies, primarily Rockstar and Nintendo, and to be fair, there are some legit reasons why this is happening. So for Nintendo, for instance, they're very keen on keeping their intellectual property, protected, and I think that's fair. I think if you own something, you have the right to protect it. But when you have mods that are just trying to make the game more fun and easy to access, like I think in 2020 there was a mod for Super Smash Bros. Melee that was going to allow multiplayer so people can, be a part of this tournament and be safe while doing it. Nintendo shut it down because it infringed on their property. I think it was kind of sucky. I understand, but I still think that was sucky. Rockstar shuts down a lot of different mods for a lot of different reasons, and most of the time it actually just has to do with music like licensing rights, and Rockstar doesn't want to be held liable for anything like that, so I can understand. Then you have Activision, who really like screws the consumer over with the modding community. If you don't remember last summer, there was going to be this mod that basically was a remaster of Modern Warfare 2, and the developers behind that, the modding people behind it, they built it using the assets from Modern Warfare Remastered on the PC, and it got a lot of hype. I remember a lot of YouTubers talking about this. It got a lot of like eyes on it, and Activision like felt like they were letting like us have this because they put Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam on sale, which was one kind of crazy that they actually do that. It's not often Call of Duty games go on sale unless it's a major holiday, which it wasn't. It was like the middle of summer. But then like a couple days before release, they yanked or they didn't yank, they threw cease and desist orders at the modders, basically shutting it down. So they basically took advantage of people's hype, made a crap ton of money, and like gave the middle finger to the players. Now, like I said, not all developers are fully against modders. Bethesda's a very good company that invests in the modders and lets the modders do kind of what they want. Rockstar is kind of getting there. They're a lot like happier with the fact that there are RP servers because they actually bought the developers who made 5M. So we are seeing more companies looking at modders, and realistically, I think it's kind of dumb for companies to kind of ignore modders because a lot of like video game developers get their start on modding games or making indie games. In fact, a couple years ago, I was making an indie game, but I ran out of funding, so I couldn't complete it. But like, this is how a lot of people find their passion for video game development, is through the modding community. And there's a lot of talent there, and I really think it's kind of a wasted like thing that more companies don't invest in modders and seeing what they're doing and even hiring them, or even heck, hiring them as consultants. I think that'd be a great idea. But what do I know? I'm just a guy wearing an Arch Linux hoodie. Now, back on topic of this video, Hogwarts Legacy in the modding community is something that I've been really excited for, and technically it already does exist. You can go to Nexus Mods right now and find a crap ton of mods for Hogwarts Legacy. The majority of them I think are kind of useless. To being fair, I know it takes a lot of hard work to be a modder, but there's only really a handful of mods that I've seen that I'm like, yes, this is gonna make me want to replay the game other than just having a quick laugh. Like, I'm looking at the Shrek room, that was pretty ridiculous.
He said,
This looks intriguing.
what did he say?
The weird thing about the modding community when it comes to Nexus mods is you actually need a mod to mod Hogwarts Legacy. It's not natively compatible with Nexus Mod Manager. I'm not actually sure the reason for that, but you have to download like this thing that actually allows you to easily add mods to the game, and it's not that hard. If you know what you're doing, it doesn't take that much time to set it up. But what I think about that's cool about what Hogwarts Legacy is doing is they're actually making a client for modders to easily integrate their mods within Hogwarts Legacy, and from there you can open up Hogwarts Legacy and actually download the mod you want and easily configure it. Now, I know there's going to be some PC purists that say, well, if you can't do it through Nexus, you shouldn't do it at all. And hey, I get you. I'm there. I can sometimes also be a hardcore PC gamer that just loves to bully newcomers. But listen, as I've gotten older, the less I actually care about the PC master race and everything needing to be hard and ridiculously difficult for new people to get in. I am all about newcomers and having an easy way for them to come into the PC community and experience games in a completely different way, and that includes mods. I think literally having a direct way for modders to put their mods in the game and people to download it, uninstall it without having to use a third-party launcher like Nexus. Now, I love Nexus. I think it's great. But I think this really is going to be amazing for the game. And by doing this, they basically future-proof this game where so many people can play through it like how it is, but then you can go back and like they said, there's going to be some pretty cool stuff. Like from what they show in the this video they did, you got, dragons as mounts. You could have a mount as a vacuum if you want. There's all these weird like skins and like endless quest dungeons that they showed off. And I think that's a good sign that they're already working with modders. So they don't just roll this out and there's nothing there. And I don't know like the technical side of how to take mods that are already in Nexus and already put them in the game. I can't imagine it's going to be that hard. But At the end of the day, I think this is an amazing step, and like to have a developer that's that supportive of modders literally brings a smile to my face. Regardless how you feel about J.K. Rowling and the franchise or like the upcoming reboot, you can't deny how successful Hogwarts Legacy has been. And like I said, by the developers enabling this and creating a simple tool for modders to make what they want into the game, I think it's just going to go a long way. And I think the community is really going to rally behind this, because not often we have developers that feel like they're on our side and talking to us and figuring out how to make the game better. And I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years when Hogwarts Legacy 2 inevitably actually we start seeing some gameplay, because it's already been confirmed, that we could see some modder support, like ideas from modders being implemented in the game. We see that all the time with games like Minecraft. Sometimes developers genuinely care, and it's such a great feeling when that happens. But let me know, have you played Hogwarts Legacy? Will you be checking out the new mods? I know I'll make some videos about it, and I'm very excited. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.